What's up, y'all? It's your girl, El Rochelle, the Hardwood Diva, and I am coming to you September 10th. Y'all, football is back. It's Thursday. I am so excited that we finally have football back. I don't know if you guys remember, some of you folks from watching my last season of NFL picks, but at the end of the season, I was pregnant. I don't know if I filled you guys in since then. I can't remember. But I don't know if I told you, but my kind of wish, hope, dream was like to have the baby on Super Bowl Sunday. Did not get that. However, he did come 2 hours short of that. He was born 10 p.m. on Saturday, January 31st. So right before the Super Bowl. So we were in the hospital watching the Super Bowl. But it was an amazing experience. So I'm so excited that we get to share football with him again. He is now 7 months old. He is just an absolute joy to be around. He just has so much fun playing. We bought him a little football. He was wearing his little football onesie last night. So like, he is excited. We're excited. And I'm ready to get on with this NFL season. So let's go ahead and get started. First up tonight, Thursday on NBC, we've got Pittsburgh versus New England. It's going to be at 5:30 p.m. On NBC this weekend. Thursday nights regularly are CBS NFL network. But this Thursday, it's like Thursday version of Sunday Night Football. Whatever. Don't know how they worked it out, but it did. Now, of course, this is going to be an interesting game. Pittsburgh has had fairly quiet season. They are going to be missing Le'Veon Bell. He was suspended, but he will be returning after, I believe it's 2 games. So once they get him back, everything will be a go. New England, of course, is getting back from winning the Super Bowl last year, and the Tom Brady fiasco over the off season. So that should be interesting. I do think that they're going to want to come out and kind of prove themselves for this first game. I do have Pittsburgh winning the NFC. I definitely, the NFC, the AFC, I think they're very quietly doing a very great job in the AFC, and I definitely see them having that ability to come out as the AFC champ heading to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're going to win this game, only because everything surrounding Tom Brady and the Patriots, I just think they're going to try and eke out this win just to get like kind of that rallied support behind them. What they'll do the rest of the season definitely remains to be seen, but I think they'll get this win at home. Sunday, our first set of 10 a.m. First set is 10 a.m. games. So we've got Indianapolis versus Buffalo. Going with Indianapolis. That's easy to pick. Buffalo quarterback situation has been up in the air all off season. They've got Rex Ryan as their coach. So defensively, of course, I do believe that they're going to be much better, but definitely think Indy's got this one. Green Bay versus Chicago. This one's interesting mainly because Green Bay has just been annihilated on offense. Like, they're losing people left and right. But Chicago. I have Green Bay. I'm kind of undecided on the two. I'll go with Chicago because it's at home, first game of the season, and I just think that right now their offense would be a little bit better because they actually have people. Green Bay, of course, if all their people were playing, then yeah, they'd be great. I just don't see it for them right now. Kansas City versus Houston. Kansas City. Houston's had a really fun Hard Knocks, and I definitely think they may be better than last year, but I just don't see it against Kansas City. And I think Kansas City will actually be a better offensive team this year. So, going with Kansas City. Carolina Panthers versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Carolina. Like, that's not a tough decision at all. Cleveland versus the Jets. Cleveland, which is insane because, like, they should never be picked. But the Jets, like, have no quarterback because of crazy stuff. So I'm going with Cleveland. And honestly, I'm not just too hot on Geno Smith anyway. Seattle Seahawks versus the St. Louis Rams. Seattle. Most of the games I picked are like the away team winning. Weird. But I just think in these situations, the away team has a much better chance. Miami versus Washington, and this will not change. I'm going with Miami just because I believe they've had a much more steady offseason. Their defense improved. I believe their offense is getting better. Washington, with the constant RG3, saga, I just don't see it for them right now. So I'm going with Miami. Our 1 p.m. games, New Orleans versus Arizona. That's just because they're at home. And I actually like what I've seen from Carson Palmer. I'll go with Arizona. Well, I don't know. We'll see. New Orleans, I don't know what New Orleans looks like right now. I haven't heard a lot from them this offseason. That might be great for them. They did lose Jimmy Graham, which, I mean, hello, that was like a large part of their offense. But, so I'm going with Arizona in this case. I could be wrong. Detroit versus San Diego. I'll go with Detroit. I believe overall they have a more solid offense. Whether all their players can stay healthy, whether it all just coalesces together finally, I don't know. But I'll go with Detroit in this first game. Baltimore versus Denver. Denver, it's hard kind of picking against Peyton Manning at home at the start of a season. So now I'm going with Denver. Cincinnati versus Oakland. Now, I'm a bit torn on this one, only because I do like what I've seen from Oakland. But Cincinnati just, I think, is a better team. Sorry, honey. My husband's an Oakland Raiders fan. So I'll go with Cincinnati. Tennessee versus Tampa. Now, this is going to be a good game. Why, you ask? It's going to be a good game because we get to see Mariota versus Jameis Winston. I don't know, y'all. This one hard. Because both of those teams don't have nothing already. Tampa Bay may have more receivers. I think they have their offense might be a little bit more in place in Tennessee right now. Jameis Winston hasn't shown very much in the way of like moving around, and I think in the NFL you do, especially if you don't have a very good offensive line, you definitely need to move around. I'm gonna go with Tennessee only because I think Marcus Mariota might have the edge in the simple fact that he can move around in the pocket, and Jameis Winston looks like a log. So there's that. I'm gonna say Tennessee, but it could be Tampa. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see. But I'll go with Tennessee here. Gotta make a pick, so I'll make that one. 5:30 p.m. on Sunday, NBC. New York Giants versus the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all know who I'm going with. Seriously. Going with Dallas. It's just how it is. I don't know if we're going to reel off the amount of wins that we had in a row last season. But I do know we're going to beat New York Giants, though. That's what we're going to do. Yes, I said win. So Dallas Cowboys. Monday, we've got 2 games from Monday Night Football on ESPN. First up, 4:10, Philadelphia Eagles versus the Atlanta Falcons. Philadelphia, I don't know. Somebody gonna win it. And I'm not really too hot on either of these teams. Actually, you know what? No, I scratched that. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going with Atlanta on this one. They have a core that's been together longer. If they can stay healthy, they could do something, possibly. I don't know. They never do nothing. But I'll go with the Atlanta Falcons, actually, on this one. 7:20 p.m. Minnesota Vikings versus San Francisco 49ers. If there was ever a team that's had a really, really, really crappy offseason, it's the 49ers. Like, everything's falling apart. Lost their coach. Players leaving left and right. For a dude quit because football hurts. And he might get really injured and, like, not be okay for the rest of his life. So I get it. But that, like, only that happens to the 49ers and only this season. They did get Reggie Bush. They have Torrey Smith, who I love as a personal fantasy pickup. He's always my fantasy pickup, but that's when he was with Joe Flacco. But, totally different story. I'll go Minnesota because I think Adrian Peterson is going to try to annihilate the league. Like, he's really going to try and run all over people. And I just think Teddy Bridgewater is kind of coming to his own. It's doing a little better. So I'm going with Minnesota for this game. And I just pray for the 49ers that they have an okay season, because I just don't see it for them right now. But yeah, so those are my picks for the week. Let me know what you think. Who do you have? And if you think I messed up somewhere, you just let your girl know. I'll talk to you later. Deuces.